Okay, let's see what it records like. Bloody windy. Bit cold this morning, long. Well, that's 5% at battery gone. We're still going uphill. Definitely warms you up. I've got lights on, even though it's sunny. Had far too many people try and squish me. And that should be the end of climbing for today. Or thereabouts. For this ride anyway, till we're coming home. We're lucky that it's not Medic Road yet. And at the minute, it says we've got 26 mile left in auto. Let's see how much that changes. One thing I can say this bike is fantastic for is rolling and downhill. Very quickly pick speed up on it. So it should be a good test for Canberra. See what the microphone handles higher speed like. I don't know if it's showing up grass and everything, but it is pretty windy today. Brakes are fantastic on this, really can't fault them. And these are not expensive brakes. So yeah, for a road going bike, you really don't have to spend a lot of money on brakes. Just make sure you bed them in properly. Pedal like that, brake really hard. Get them red hot and then let off. Don't hold on once you glaze them. Acceleration's pretty cracking on it as well. Really wish in UK we could have a 20 mile an hour legal to just make so much more sense on road, but the morons that make these decisions seem to want a 20 mile an hour speed limit in all towns, cities and villages. Don't want e-bikes being up to the 20. So car drivers are going to have like 4 mile an hour to overtake, which is going to cause more problems. They're already going to be frustrated enough we enter the 20 mile an hour. And then having e-bikes at 16. It's just going to annoy car drivers even more, especially bus drivers. UK roads are getting absolutely terrible. Every time you think it can't get any worse, you another bad patch job, you get a bit of bad weather, and there's a whole load of chunks missing. Well, this is 20 odd mile an hour, so see what Mike copes like. That's back down to 16-ish, so give you some idea. Now you can see from flags at distance, a good bit of wind today. Now this should be 1080p 60. So I'm just curious if we're going to get any longer record time than the 4K 30. In theory it's doing off work. And this is about where you run out of gears on this bike, around 30 mile an hour mark. I can pedal, but towards 90 or 100 RPM, but it does roll well, so I really don't mind. We're nearly 40 mile an hour now. That's definitely faster than I get on rail down here. Try and carry a bit of speed up here. Kept it above 20, 25. And then big long steady downhill again. Roadworks absolutely everywhere. As they try and fill potholes, it's like playing whack-a-mole. All that hill we just did, we get to do a load of downhill. It's quite a fun road. Not sure what he's doing there, why he's stopped. Must just be putting cones out and stopping everybody for it. But yeah, 30 mile an hour. Not really much point in me pedalling at the minute. It's not going to do me any favours. Save it for when I get down here. This bike does roll incredibly well. I have full disclosure, I've got a weird issue with back wheel, spokes keep coming loose. Keep trying to tighten them up. So I do have a spoke tension meter, so I might do it all properly through it. Front wheel's absolutely fine, no issues on that. The original rear image tube just loses air, no puncture, and the valves are non-replaceable. So I've swapped the original rear inner tube out. I've got a nice belt on this one. Present from my mother, so I don't get squished and I don't squish people. Around about 28 miles an hour to the pedal. Looks like this traffic's going to be fun. Well, cars will jump in front of me to brake like mad. Handling on this bike's pretty cool. Do like it. They are quite big sizes though. I think this is a medium and it's about as big as rail launch. Nice. Let's see how many cars try and move in and squish me. Yeah, van's coming in there. Like I say, I've got headlights on and everything. Fortunate place to break down. Let's see just how bad it is when I get around here. It's really not a good place to break down this. But might give me a chance to get that button. How bad to take. At least when I get up here I've got a good run down into workshop, so keep a bit of speed up on main road and get out of the way. I've been playing around with various different bit rates for encoding for YouTube. Certainly on 4K, although the file size is bigger, about 120 looks best, 120,000. I did try it using DaVinci Resolve standard bitrate for uploads, 4K YouTube setting, and any fast moving video is awful. From the footage from this camera, it's pretty much unwatchable. You've got the 4K resolution, but the bitrate is just not there. Whereas if you set it manually, it looks really, really nice. It's not an issue with the quality from the camera. It's more an issue with YouTube and how it compresses it. And if your bitrate's not there, any fast moving part of the image, which if you're doing this style of video, it's the whole image that's moving. It's a whole lot of data that just gets lost. So if you see anybody's action cam footage and you know it's from a reputable brand camera but the footage looks awful, it's more likely they're in code settings for YouTube, what they're uploading the videos at. But nowhere in instructions or anything for any of these cameras does it explain bitrate and resolution. A lot of people think you go higher resolution, it's automatically going to look better. In a lot of cases, if it's a higher resolution at the same bit rate, it'll look worse, exponentially worse, to the point it's just a load of blocky blurred images. Which is why I uploaded the first video on this, to demonstrate that. Then I've done a 4K 30 at 60,000 kilobytes per second, and I've done one at 110,000, I think. And to be fair, there is a big difference in file size, not such a big difference in image quality. So if it is upload bandwidth that you're struggling with, then definitely get away with like 60k. Probably be better with a little bit higher, maybe 80. But then you're going to get gigs and gigs more. But it is them extra gigs that stop it going blurred. So I thought I'd try this 10xp60, see what sort of quality image we can get. Now if you want more cinematic, then you can drop down to 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second, get closer to a cinematic view. Not necessarily something I'm interested in. I'd rather have a faster moving, smoother image. Now, I know people think it looks, or I've heard people say it looks less realistic, but to me, I've been a PC gamer for years. High refresh rate it's very noticeable to me when something's slow. I don't mind a film because cinematic, again, it's what it's meant to look like. But if I'm watching a video, especially on YouTube, I'm not really looking for cinematic, I'm looking for resolution, quality. Certainly if I'm trying to make my mind up on one of these little action cameras, I want to see the best of what it can do, not the sort of arty-farty, stuttering and slightly blurred, but cinematic approach. Doesn't really interest me. I may do a video like that just to show you what the differences are. But as I say, it doesn't really interest me, that. I'll leave that to people who's making films and documentaries. Roundabout's always fun. Way of these sirens. They're going down bypass. It's one thing when an e-bike comes in, busy roundabouts like that, quickly get out everybody's way. Leave them all to it. Yeah, 20 mile an hour would be so much better. I can manage it on slight downhills. Just be nice to have that speed all the time on the road. Yeah, just keep pulling out, mate. The reason you can't see to pull out is because you've pulled in the wrong side of the road, facing the wrong direction. See what it looks like when we're riding into the sun in a second. Just walk straight out. Again, I've got headlights on and everything. And it's not as if I'm not small. Not too small to see. We do have some decent drivers. Let me get out of the way. These stop signs, it does mean stop for cycles as well as cars. Now we're not cyclists, you won't leave it. It's British Gas van. Final bit of this ride into the sun. And I get a nice cup of tea. So, cup of tea time.